I've been a forest ranger at Blackwood National Park for 11 years. We deal with the usual stuff. Lost hikers, bear warnings, illegal campers. But what happened last summer changed everything I thought I knew about these woods. It started with small things. Hikers reported strange sounds at night, like metal scraping on metal, coming from deep in the forest where there aren't any structures. Then we started finding camping gear abandoned in perfect condition. Food still warm in containers, phones left charging on portable batteries, sleeping bags that looked like people had just vanished from inside them. The first real disappearance was a guy named Steve Chen, an experienced hiker who'd been coming here for years. His wife reported him missing after he didn't come home from a day hike. We found his backpack sitting on a boulder, his water bottle half full, trail mix open. His camera was still hanging from a tree branch where he'd apparently set up a shot. When we checked the camera, the last photo showed something that still gives me nightmares. A dark figure standing between two distant trees, impossibly tall and thin. The photo was blurry, like the camera was shaking when he took it. 2 days later, one of our rangers, Marcus, went missing while investigating the area where we found Steve's gear. Marcus was a 20-year veteran, knew these woods better than anyone. We found his radio on the ground, still transmitting. The last transmission was just heavy breathing and this weird clicking sound. That's when things got worse. 3 college students disappeared from their campsite in one night. The tent was shredded from the inside like they were trying to get out. But there were no footprints leading away from the site, even though it had rained that night and the ground was pure mud. Just these weird, deep indentations in the earth like something heavy was dropped there. The state police brought in cadaver dogs. Every single dog refused to enter the search area. They'd get to a certain point about 5 miles in from the East Trail and just lay down and whimper. Even the most well-trained dogs wouldn't go any further. We started finding weird markings on trees, not claw marks from bears or anything natural. These were precise geometric patterns carved deep into the bark. Our botanist said the trees around these markings were dying, the wood turning black and crumbling like it was rotting from the inside. One night, I was doing a final sweep of the East Trail before sunset. My radio started picking up this strange static, getting louder as I walked deeper into the woods. Through the static, I could hear what sounded like children laughing, but distorted, like a tape playing too slow. Then my flashlight caught something that made my blood freeze. A line of backpacks hanging from tree branches, maybe 20 of them, all belonging to missing hikers. They were swaying gently, even though there wasn't any wind. I called for backup, but by the time my colleagues arrived, the backpacks were gone. All we found were those same deep indentations in the ground, arranged in a perfect circle. The trees inside the circle were dead, their bark carved with those geometric patterns. The official report says 7 people went missing that summer. The unofficial number is higher. We've closed off the east section of the park for environmental restoration. The real reason? Every ranger who's patrolled that area has quit within a week. They all report the same things, the static on their radios, the laughing sounds, and glimpses of something tall moving between the trees at dusk. I requested a transfer last month. The Park Service denied it. We're too short-staffed now that no one wants to work here. Sometimes on night patrol, I hear that static starting to build on my radio, and I swear I can see dark figures standing just at the edge of my flashlight beam, impossibly tall and thin, waiting. The weird thing is, I'm starting to hear them even when I'm not in the park. Last night, I heard that distorted laughing coming from my backyard. When I looked out the window, there were those deep indentations in my lawn, arranged in a perfect circle. If this real-life horror story kept you on the edge of your seat, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more.